We're going to do a walk around, and yeah, I don't really care what they have to say. Looks like the top button fell out. This thing's really taking a crap. I crushed it in the hood the other day. Okay, so this is the suspension we have currently. So what we're going to try to do is so what I got maybe 3 inches. Maybe 3.5 inches in the front. Now I am full of stuff. I just packed up my stuff, so this should be good. Alright, so that's the way it sits right now. I'm going to start putting the suspension on it. There's other videos to do it. I'm just going to give my analog on what I feel about the 2-inch suspension lift. So this is the biggest tire I can put on. As you say, I already got the tire on, so we'll see what we can do. Yeah, so stand by and we'll get it off and get it done, and we'll go from there. Okay, that's a 4-inch lift, but it's getting started. Do some time lapse. So I guess it's a BSF, so I need to look it up. I used to know what it stood for. So it's supposed to be a 2-inch lift. That's a little more than 2 inches. I have it lifted up right now by the rear suspension, but I'm gonna have to go underneath this because this is a unibody. So I'm gonna have to support it by here, drag it down in order to drop the shocks. And the tensioner's out. I'm going to take off the tires and check the brakes while I'm under it. So yeah, I'll be. All right. So what I've got here. All right. So I disconnected the sway bar, disconnected the shocks, so the axle's free. And then I went up to this top piece up here. Okay. This piece here catches the rubber. This one, perfectly round. Off of the driver's side, which is this side. Now I'm now going to put it on the driver's side because this one has a catch for the spring, and then it's flat so it doesn't rub. So I think I'm going to put this one because the new springs have a different coil than the ones I took off. So this one's going to go here. It fits in there nice and snug. And this one's going to go here. So I disconnected the sway bar. See here. I put it back in. It doesn't really matter. It's all plastic. Let me get it back in there. Wedge this thing back in again. Okay. So I'm just pushing it up and in and pushing the axle down. At this point, it's just a freaking shock, so go up here and then down. So you catch this. So I can catch it like that. Then I finagle it in there, which is not the easiest thing to do, but it does work. Catching right there. So I'm going to put it in. I don't want this video to be too long. You guys have seen suspension before. My whole thing is getting these new ones in. They're about 2 inches higher. They look like they have one more. It's BDS. So yeah, talk to you soon. It's starting to get dark here. Alright, so I got the springs in, finagling it. The whole purpose of this one is to make sure it sits there so the catch will get it and that one go. Then I'll put the sway bar back down. I got this one, same thing. Bar goes there, catch goes there. I think the swing bar moved, or it's a catch. Yeah, the bar's hitting right there, so I got to put it back in the brace. This has got to come over. In order to do that, I got to crush it. So I'm going to do that with the jack. I have it lifted right now, and the jack stands on the actual tow bar. So we start compressing this, and then this would probably go over and be better. There we go. Actually, that bar won't go. If you want better, I can do this. Yeah, because the sway bar goes in. Start compressing this thing. That'll help with the drag. Now I think I'm fighting the drag link. Shed. Fix the problem. See what's on the side first. Oh yeah. Definitely better. Keep crushing it up. Get the shocks in there. And everything else. There we go. Perfect.
How are you doing on the work? Dad, I didn't need to watch Transformers.
The movie?
No, the little the episode ones.
Oh, what's going on?
Oh my God.
Alright. Let me get it all back together. We'll go from there. A bit bigger, but I think it'll fit. Alright. Okay, it is getting late tonight. I just finished up the back. So, there's a 2-inch lift. I'll check the tape, but I think I was like 2.5. So, I haven't redone the track bar yet. That's on DBS. But, wow. This is 3.5 now. I'm at 6.5. That's a great deal. So, that's the back. Tomorrow I'll do the front. Okay, it's a BDS 2-inch suspension lift. The back's done. The front has not been done yet. You can kind of see the difference. That one versus this one. I don't know if I'm going to have time to do the front tonight. There's a track bar relocation kit, but I was looking at Old Man Emu, and they have a 2.5. But then if you go to the website, it's only 1.5 inches. So I'm trying to figure out how to do that. And I didn't put the track bar in, but I'm still trying to figure out how this works. It does look like I have a significant lift. And as you can see, I don't know if you can see, but it's actually rubbing up in there. It's going to get a light up in there. So on factory suspension, I got this thing to tweak a lot, and you see where the tire's rubbing up inside the wheel well. And it's not just on that side. I got this thing to twist good, because it's up in here too. So, yeah. Mine is not a four-wheel drive all the time, which is good. I can put it in two-wheel drive. I'm still doing the calculations to see if the 12-port versus the 4-port give me any more economy. The 1-port versus the 4-port, I don't think they were the right injectors. I didn't notice any difference. It just was really hard to start. Now it fires up immediately. So I had to do a little more research on the internet about the suspension and the drop-down bracket. And yeah, okay. Talk to you later. Okay. Got the car jacked up. The back was done last time, which gave me about a 3-inch lift, top of what I had. Front's done. If you're gonna do this, I would definitely get the spring compressors, because there was no way I was gonna get that one out without the spring compressor, and to get these ones in. So this one, I came through here by disconnecting the sway bar. You gotta remember to do the back shock, and I had to remove the shock on this one to get the old one out, because there wasn't enough room to put the spring compressor in there. It's all buttoned up. I'm ready to put the tire back on. So on the other side, so I went up to Mount Lee the other day, and it was covered in fog, and I can't see. These fog lights are nice and original, but I bought a light bar to put on here that'll give me fog lights, warning lights, and floodlights. I'll show you that one later. So this one came in pretty easy. All I had to do was remove the shock, and it came in through this way. However, to get the old one out, I came out this way. To put the new one in, I had to remove this joint. I'm going to have to compress this up in order to put this back in, put that back in. Everything's all secure, and we're good to go. So, yeah, it's been a fight for 2 days, to say the least, but we should be good. So, I'll turn you back on when I get to the other side. Alright, so I lowered the jack stand, and you can see there's this huge break between the torsion bar. So I lifted it up by that side, removed one of the jack stands. Now, on this side, I'm going to jet the pumpkin up, connect this sway bar, and reconnect all the other assemblies, including putting the tire down. So, this side's done with the lift, but the car isn't 100%. I'm still tweaked a little bit. But yeah, I think I told you about the brake, but let me double check. If they say you need brakes, you need brake fluid when you have your oil change, don't have them fill it up. This is a direct indicator when you're time for brakes. So I have about a quarter left, maybe a 1/3 left. So that's why I'm low on brake fluid. When this piston goes back in, it's going to refill the reservoir. You generally, unless you have a leak, don't lose brake fluid. Backs, I'm over 50% on the backs. And this particular car, 95 Jeep Grand Cherokee, has 4-wheel disc brakes. So I'm going to continue here. Hopefully it won't turn off. I just don't know why it did. But yeah. So I'll put it underneath here, jack it up, bring this part closer. There to tighten everything up again. Okay, this one just twisted. Nope. Nope. Well, that's actually very good. You need to lift up the car anyhow. The shock to seat also. So. Okay. That should give me everything I need to get this all buttoned up. And yeah. Alright. Get everything tightened up. I mean, you guys know how to use tools. It's not that big a deal. 15 millimeter, 10 millimeter for the brake lines, 3/4 for this nut, 15 millimeters for that nut. And I'd recommend a wrench, 13 millimeters for the top of that, and 1/2 inch on the bottom for the shocks. Let's get this wheel on there. Get this jack stand. We are golden. Get the other one out. So, leave this one out. Then we're going to lower this tire to the ground. Put it more on the suspension. Get in there. Close. That's why I have a jack stand in there. See how that is. Ooh, probably about perfect. Okay. And these tires are seriously out of whack. So, see what we got over here. Yeah. All right. I don't know if I get the parts tomorrow. If I can, great. But I'm due for a tire rotation. Tires are starting to cup. Ain't the shocks. It's a bouncing. And some lunatic cut me off the other day. And I had to do a 4-tire lockup because he crossed my crosswalk in the middle of the night. So I'm going to swap the front with the back. But as of today, probably not. Alright, get the tire on and we'll look at. Alright, a little engineering and some simple hand tools. We got the lift done. So car's back on all 4 wheels. Probably took me back in the front because I had to go to work. I got to work on it 2 hours yesterday. 6 hours to do a 2-inch lift on a 1995. So this is a BDS lift. I got it for $300 from Case Suspension. And I'll do before and after. And dry cuts. But I think it looks a lot better. Alright. So we had 3 inches, I think. What do we got now? About 6 inches in the front. So definitely got my 2. The back is about 6.5. So I believe we had 3 in the front, 3.5. Now we're up to 6 in the back. As I said, new suspension. The overall look looks a lot better with the lift on it. As I said, I did this in about 6. About 6 here too. So the driveway may be a little bit cut. So yeah, I guess it'll settle a lot, but yeah. So next one will be white bar.